Yes, fight fans. This is Body and Mind Sports, and do I have some breaking news for you today? Um, the fight between Vergil Ortiz and Serhii Bohachuk, I believe. Man, what a action-packed fight! But damn, man, Ortiz, man, you lost that fight. I mean, I got to call it. Ortiz clearly lost that fight. It was a hard fought, grueling and match, which I think Bohachuk came on top. But however, the decision was granted to Ortiz, and to me, a clear robbery. Bohachuk should have took that fight, but Ortiz being the higher draw in that fight, of course, fits the purpose of the powers that be in the sports of boxing. Now, if basic, so now as planned, Ortiz winning that fight is now lined up to face Terence Crawford in his next fight. Ortiz is just not ready for Terence Crawford. He's not ready. And he's lined up to face Terence Crawford, I believe, between December of 2024 and February of 2025. And Ortiz is just not ready. He's in no shape or form competition for Terence Crawford. Ortiz lacks the ability to be able to fight backwards. He's very reckless in his punch combinations, and he just doesn't. You can't do anything against a right hand coming at him. I mean, all night, Bohachuk was just landing that right hand over and over again. He actually got dropped in the first round by Bohachuk, dropped again in the 8th round, and he too managed to hurt Bohachuk several times. So it's not just it wasn't just a one-sided fight. I mean, it was a grueling fight, like I said, back and forth. But the commentating was so horrible, man. I mean, you could clearly see that the commentators were actually rooting for the fighter with the bigger draw, the most popular name, and it's almost felt like they were trying to root for him and talk him into a victory, and skills win fights, actual win fights, talking into a victory. It might give you the decision, but in reality, doesn't actually make you the winner. So that goes to conclude my opinion in the sports of boxing, where I feel that there are constantly the powers that be constantly do their most to protect their most favorite fighters, and just ain't giving a fair shot to other fighters who have worked so hard and are struggling to make something of their career. And this is just horrible and sad, to tell you the truth. But yeah, Ortiz, stay away from Crawford. Crawford, I'm sure he's not vehemently chasing Ortiz like that, because Crawford and is not looking for any easy matches, and I don't seem to be the kind of character that would, Ortiz, after the fight, when asked, did reluctantly say that well, first of all, he said that he's the best fighter in the world. Very laughable, man. Well, not judging by this fight, even though I do like Ortiz, is an action-packed fighter, and I think he's a good fighter in his own right, but just not ready for Terence Crawford. So he did say that he's the best fighter in the world, and he wants to prove himself against the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Terence Bud Crawford. Vergil Ortiz is also the WBC interim champion at super welterweight. So he's set to face Errol Spence, and is set to face the winner of Errol Spence and Sebastian Fundura. You know, in should the winner emerge. So, but however, he's decided that to pursue Tim Tszyu in his next fight, which is a big surprise to me, because you want to pursue Tim Tszyu in your next fight, although you are set to face Terence Crawford, which means to me that he has no, no willingness in him, to even want to face Terence Crawford. So I think that fight should be left alone and not be pursued. As we've seen, Terence Crawford, sorry, Vergil Ortiz is just not ready for the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. And I might even just go as far as to say that he's not ready for any of the other fighters that he's mentioned, that he wants to face, i.e. Errol the True Spence, Sebastian Fundura, and Tim Tszyu. So that's all I have to say for now. But man, he needs to stay away from Terence Crawford. Yeah, stay away from Terence Crawford. Because just stay away from Terence Crawford. That's it. I have to say in this. Until next time, I would like to say that that was clearly a robbery in that fight. I know I've said it already, but I just have to emphasize that was clearly a robbery, and we don't need any more gift decisions in boxing. It's spoiling the sports, and it's spoiling the the taste. It's tasting the palate. It's spoiling the palate of the fans. So please, man, we don't need this anymore. I mean, the judges are in it, the refereeing is in it, and the promoters are in on it. Everybody is in on it. Just favoring their favorite fighters, the biggest draw, the most popular draw, and forgetting about the hard work that other fighters, face in order to reach where they are. And they're spoiling it overall for the fans and for the sport of boxing. So please, I hope they will start doing the right thing eventually, even though the chances of that happening isn't very high. But that's all I have to say, and I will see you next time on Body and Mind Sports in our next boxing session talk.